What's up, everybody? This is Matthew Ogle with VYPE Media. Always a pleasure to talk with the great Coach Christa Williams-Yates from Kingwood, my hometown, as I have said adamantly on numerous occasions. And they are preparing to compete in the UIL State Final after sweeping Dripping Springs in dominant fashion this past week. So tell me, Coach, I remember whenever I was there watching y'all do the Katie Jordan series, at least the first one, whenever y'all played at home. And I asked Addie about it as well. I heard every single time, like whenever y'all have your team huddle, you go, prove it. And tell me, what does that mantra mean to you? Because I asked her, like, is that your team motto? And she's like, yeah, it's been our saying this year. And describe to me what the origins of that mantra and what it has meant to this team as you all have made this tremendous run this year.
Well, it started off as like trying to come up with a phrase that means something to them. So at the beginning of the year, we had them choose what they felt like meant something to them. So it's really more for them than it is for us as coaches, because every single day you're trying to prove your worth, right? Like you can't sit still. And I think they wanted to prove that last year wasn't a fluke and that they were worthy of it and they worked extremely hard. And those are all things that, I think last year they kind of snuck up on some people. Mm-hmm. But this year, like they knew that coming in that they had a bullseye on their back. And so they had to prove their worth every single day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, those great expectations. Like, for instance, obviously, like Katie, there's always such a great reputation among them. I mean, on paper, they should win state every year, but the playoffs are a completely different animal, as Clear Springs is clearly represented in such an awesome fashion. Anyways, but yeah, like you said, before the season, we had y'all as our number one. Y'all have skyrocketed throughout the playoffs. Now you reach the state final, had the opportunity to make history. This is the fifth time Kingwood High School has ever reached the state tournament, but now you have the chance, and I think you'll have the slight edge in this matchup to win this program's first ever state championship. So tell me, what is the mindset as y'all prepared to take on Forney at McCombs Field this upcoming Saturday?
I mean, the mindset is to win, right? But at the same time, like you have to do all the little things in order to be able to be the champion at the end of the day. And you have to have a little bit of luck along the way. And that's something that you feel like you have to earn your luck. We've been very like consistent about talking about that. Like you earn your luck. But I just think that since the playoffs have started for our girls, they've been really focused. We've been very much like part of the game plan. They've bought in, they've worked extremely hard for this moment. We are very open with our kids about what the pressure is and what it's going to feel like and what it's going to be. And it's a blessing and a curse, right? We lost last year. Unfortunately, we came up short. We did a lot of great things to that moment. But they got to experience that. And so that experience has been hopefully huge for them, even in the playoffs, building up into this point. So the expectation, they know what to expect. It is going to be a little different. You're standing on UT's field as opposed to a field that we had to play on because of rain. So hopefully that moment is something that they're ready to accomplish, but we've done a really good job. We've been very thorough to tell them about what to expect. But like once those lights are on, anybody's bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like it goes back to Clear Springs. I think they've been the biggest, most welcome surprise of these playoffs. Obviously, they defeated Katie in that walk-off fashion. They came back again. Well, they won the first one against Tascasita, lost the second, won the third, came back against East Central this past week. And I just think like they are a perfect representation of they're never down for the count in the playoffs. And especially last year, and I've told the girls before, whenever y'all played Midway, and I think the circumstances were different. Hopefully the weather right now, it's kind of iffy, but we're in Houston. So hopefully by Saturday, it's all cleared up. But y'all didn't get to play at McCombs Field last year. Now y'all do have that opportunity. But Midway, I think they're in D1. They're about to play Clear Springs. That's yeah, they're a very formidable opponent, and I think I like the way that the divisions are split up now because it's accommodates for the lower population for the school, lower resources. Not to say that Kingwood doesn't have resources, y'all are still 6A, but I could get into those details. Anyways, these girls, I mean, you got a very strong core of upperclassmen. Obviously, Addison Shepard, Mia Gagliardi had a phenomenal game or a phenomenal series against Dripping Springs. I mean, grand slam, 2-run home run. That's fantastic. Leilani had a 3-run homer. I think that one of the based on, I mean, you could correct me here. I think one of the girls that have really came into her own this year is Hunter Quintel, really taking on that ace role for the pitcher, and then Frey Pizarro can obviously come in and as relief or take on the role as the pitcher. She was pretty capable as far as I can see. Tell me, who else have you noticed has taken that necessary step? Because you can't just rely on 4 girls to bring your team to a championship. Tell me about some of these other girls that have really shined in the big moments throughout these playoffs.
I think the big thing is for them is, who's going to step up really kind of 6 through 9 and, or even 5 through 9. I mean, Sam or Samantha Trzecki, she's been amazing. She's a freshman and she's really just been where we say, be in your feet, be where your feet are. And she's done amazing. I mean, every single one of them, Abella, Kendall, McKenna Holm has been really turned over a new page here in the second half of the season. They've all contributed in some way, shape, or form. And that's, I mean, even the other night, I put Presley Quintel in, and she laces a double or a single over the left fielder's head. I mean, those are things that you have to have in a team to be able to answer when called upon. And I just think that all of them have shown tremendous growth. And it may look a little different from person to person, but the point is that for us is that they've all come together as a team at the right moment.
Absolutely. And as you said, y'all have shown extreme focus throughout these playoffs, which is evident because y'all haven't been defeated in these playoffs. Personally, I don't think, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's going to be a good game on Saturday.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to be there. I would love to see my hometown bring home a championship. And I think Humble ISD in general has been phenomenal. I mean, not just in softball, obviously in baseball, Kingwood baseball is still in the conversation. Atascocita, Kingwood Park. You don't see that too often from a small little pocket of Texas having such tremendous success. And I talked about it in our most recent podcast. I think the last time that both a softball and baseball program from the same school won a championship was Barbers Hill in 2021. So It's still pretty recent, but you don't see that almost ever. And that would be awesome. I'm going to be talking with Coach Oros later today. So I remember last year y'all had and I've talked to Addie and Mia about it. Like it used to be it was the unicorn last year. Y'all had a inflatable unicorn. My dog is going crazy. I'm sorry. So I was asking, well, what's the gimmick this year? And they said, I think they said like a space theme. What's been the I guess you could say little hidden factor that helps bring the crowd together this year?
My team is crazy. So like, I don't, it's like a whole new thing. It seems like every day, but it seems that they do an airplane if they ever like get a home run. And so they'll come in and they'll do that. And they just kind of do their own thing. But for me, like, it's just whatever makes them happy and floats their boat in order for them to be successful. And as long as it's not something that's like wrong or negative towards the opponent, I'm good. But I know that they've done that quite a bit coming into the home plate, and that's been nice. It's just nice to see kids have fun. And that's what they're doing right now, is they're really having fun.
That's what you would want to see as a coach at the end of the day. I mean, as a fan, as a reporter, it's great to see that mojo take place and have such a profound impact and keep the dugout energized. And that's why I love softball, because it's so volatile, but it's so high energy, like compared to baseball. And I like baseball. I'm not a huge baseball fan. I'll watch the Stros whenever they're in the postseason, but softball's been up there for me in the 3 years I've been with VYPE, because it's just so exciting. You never know what can happen. And typically in baseball, like if you get a 5-run lead, it's usually set in stone for the win. But softball, you can't let off the gas 1 second, because a team will make you pay, especially in the playoffs. But anyways, well, I'm really looking forward to this Saturday. Like you said, y'all are leaving on Friday to go up there to Austin. Y'all are playing at 1 p.m., correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Well, anyways, thank you so much for your time, Coach. We all know who your stars are. We all know who your support players are. And I think they're all very gelled together. They got the mojo, like I said. It's going to be really interesting to see this upcoming Forney matchup. They're a very good team. They're thriving just like y'all are. So I think it's going to be a battle, but I think that's what everybody hopes to see. Anyways, once again, Coach, thank you so much for your time and good luck this week.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.